She's still alive, Rhea consoled herself. I can find a way to get her back. That calmed her down a little, though she didn't have a plan. She couldn't use force to get her way. Rhea was a gentle goddess. Even if she tried to fight, most of the strongest titans, like Hyperion and that big goon Atlas, would back Kronos up. She couldn't risk a sneak attack with a knife or the scythe or even her lions, because that might hurt the baby. Maybe you're thinking, wait a minute, if the kid is immortal, why is Rhea worried about hurting her? But see, immortals can be hurt badly, crippled, or mutilated. An injury might not kill them, but they also don't always heal from damage. They just stay crippled forever. You'll see some examples of that later on. Rhea wasn't about to cut open Kronos and risk chopping up her baby, because being in pieces is no way to live life, especially when you live forever. She couldn't divorce Kronos because nobody had invented divorce yet, and even if they had, Rhea would have been too scared to try. Can you blame her? As you may have noticed, Kronos was one crazy piece of work. Rhea had known that fact ever since he chopped up their dad with the scythe and walked around after parties saying, "Oh yeah," his ichor-stained shirt. "Awesome murder, guys! High five!" She couldn't run because Kronos was lord of the whole world. Unless she wanted to jump into Tartarus, which she didn't, there was no place to go. Her best bet was to stick it out, bide her time, and wait until she found a way to get Hestia back. Kronos tried to be nice to her. He bought her presents and took her out to dinner, as if that could make her forget about the baby in his stomach. When Kronos thought enough time had passed, like 3 or 4 days, he insisted that they try to have more kids. Why? Maybe that was a secret death wish? Maybe he became obsessed with Uranus's prophecy and wanted to see if the next kid would be a proper titan, or one of those horrible, too powerful, too perfect little gods? So Rhea had another baby. A little girl even cuter than the first. Rhea called her Demeter. Rhea dared to hope. Demeter was so adorable. Maybe she would melt Kronos' heart. He couldn't possibly feel threatened by this little bundle of joy. Kronos took the child into his arms and saw right away that Demeter was another goddess. She glowed with an aura even more powerful than Hestia's. She was trouble with a capital Tau. This time, he did not hesitate. He opened up his jaws and swallowed her down. Cue the screaming fit from Mom. Cue the apologies. Rhea was seriously tempted to call out her lions that time, but now the stakes were even higher. Kronos had 2 kids in there. I know, you're thinking, it must have been getting crowded inside the Titan Lord's gut. But gods are kind of flexible about their size. Sometimes they're huge, sometimes they're no bigger than humans. I was not there in Kronos' stomach, thankfully, but I was guessing the little immortal babies just made themselves small. They continued to mature, but they didn't get any bigger. They were like springs getting wound up tighter and tighter, hoping that someday they would get to burst out fully grown, and every day praying that Kronos wouldn't have hot sauce with his dinner. Poor Rhea. Kronos insisted that they try again. The next child will be better, he promised. No more swallowing babies. The third kid? Also a girl. Rhea named her Hera, and she was the least titanish, most godly yet. Rhea was indeed the great mother. In fact, she was a little too good at it. Every child she had was better and more powerful than the one before. Rhea didn't want to take little Hera to Kronos, but it was a tradition back then. Dad got to hold the baby. It was one of those natural laws that Themis always insisted on. There was also a natural law against eating your kids, but Themis was too afraid to mention that one to Kronos. And so Rhea mustered up her courage. "My lord, may I present you your daughter, Hera?" Gulp. This time, Rhea left the throne room without throwing a fit. She was too numb with pain and misery and disbelief. She had married a pathological liar who was also a murderer and a cannibal baby-eater. Could things be any worse? Oh, wait. He was also the king of the universe, with lots of powerful henchmen, so she couldn't fight back or run away. Yeah, things were worse. 2 more times she gave birth to perfect, lovely babies. The 4th child was a boy named Hades. Rhea had hoped that Kronos would let him live because every dad wants a son to play catch with, right? Nope. Down the hatch, matey. The 5th child was another boy, Poseidon. Same story. Snarf.